I'm Laura Bussing, the head trainer at Gone to the Dogs. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of the core training concepts known as shaping. It's also known as shaping successive approximations. And basically what it is we're taking a rather large behavior and we're going to break it down into tiny increments. And what we're going to do along the way is through these tiny increments, we're going to reinforce at a 1-to-1 ratio at each little incremental step. So think about if we have a big giant pie plate and we're going to build a pie into it, slice by slice. And we can do this for obedience, and we can do this for agility, for flyball, any sport, Schutzen, IPO, anything. So shaping is one of the core concepts of how we train dogs. And let's start shaping something. Jerry. Hi. Hi, Jerry. This is Jerry. She's my therapy dog. She basically holds down the couch here, but every now and then she comes out and she helps. So I'm going to start a behavior with her, and I want her to make eye contact with me. And when she makes eye contact with me, I'm going to capture it by using a marker. And I use a verbal marker with Jerry, and that word is yes. And she knows that yes equals food, that it predicts that food is coming. You can also use a mechanical marker like a clicker, but for Jerry I use a verbal marker. So every time she looks me in the eye, yes, I'm going to reward her for that. Yes. Good job. Put my hands behind my back to make sure I don't prompt her for anything. Yes. So that would be step one of teaching a focus or watch behavior. Hey, Jerry. So let's say we want to raise the odds on this. We want to keep building this. Let's say that my finished behavior for watch is I want 10 seconds of watch. So right now I broke it down into an increment of maybe about 1 second, and I'm rewarding it. So now I want to raise my criteria, and I'm going to capture when I get a baby 2 seconds. Yes. Good job, Jerry. Good job. So of course I would work at the 2-second mark, basically until I get about 80 to 90% compliance. That's when I raise my criteria and I step up another increment. And basically in shaping, the best way to think about this is that you are waiting for the dog to offer up a behavior, and the dog is doing it of their own desire. Yes. So as we would go along and I want to finish behavior of about 10 seconds of watching, I keep raising my criteria. So now I'm going to go for maybe 3 or 4 seconds. Yes. Good job, Jerry. So the yes marker, it knows for Jerry, it predicts that food is coming, so she knows she got it right. Yes. Good job. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Another obedience type cue that you can work on with your dog to shape is that when you're walking either on leash or off leash, and you want to shape that your dog auto sits when you stop. And so I'm just going to capture that. As soon as she sits, once I stop, I'm going to mark it and reward her for it. And Maggie's on a verbal marker of the word yes. So you see, you have to wait out your dog sometime. And so when she did sit, I captured it with that marker word. Yes. All right, much faster. And so that's another example of what you can shape for an auto sit at heel when you're walking out either on leash or off leash. Okay, so for agility, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to use the core training concept of shaping for. And one of those things is jumping, of getting our dog to offer up a jump, or perhaps go on the dog walk, go through the tunnel, different things like that. And the number one thing is going to be the weave poles, and we've got a video just on weave poles. So for the jump, what I want to do is I'm going to mark the minute that Maggie jumps over the jump. Yes! Good job. Good job. And so I want to try to mark almost her decision to go over it. Yes. Good job. Give her a little bit of help. Yes. Good job. Yes. And again, I'm just waiting for it to happen. I'm going to be patient. Yes. Oh, good girl. Yeah. Good job. So say you have a failure on this and your dog's just not getting it, and then bang, all of a sudden they get it. You want to really make a big deal about that and jackpot that reward. And then so with this behavior, eventually I would start moving really far away from this and asking Maggie to offer up that behavior. I would start moving back further and further and have her further and further away from the jump. But this is one of the core training concepts for shape training, and remember, it's just successive approximations, and we're breaking down the behavior in tiny increments. The best thing I can tell you as your dog's handler is to be patient. This is something you wait for it to happen, and it's based on the dog's desire to do it. And then you just capture it with your marker, be it a clicker or a verbal marker. Thanks for watching.